Alright guys, how's it hanging? Just want to let you know before anything begins that this is actually post-commentary. My actual audio for this, for some reason, was really just messed up. But if you notice, in the last episode, we were in Phendrana Drifts, and in this episode, we are now in Talon Overworld. And you might say, why? Well, it's because I decided to cut out the trip back, because you already know the way, and it's really tedious, takes up a lot of space, and right now I don't have unlimited time on my YouTube videos, at least not yet. But behind your ship is a little cave, and in the little cave, if you go into Morph Ball mode, there is a missile expansion, and this is what the main video is going to be about, unfortunately. Well, not the whole thing. What we're going to do is we're going to pick up a new item, not an expansion, an item. But after that, this video is going to mainly be picking up expansions and items that we can get now that we have everything that we've lost from the Space Frigate Orpheon. There's going to be nothing involving plot. It's all just going to be expansion pickups. So if you don't really care much for those things, you might want to skip this video and just go to the next one. I know it's a bit unfortunate, but I guess that's just how it's going to have to be for our time constraints. And like I said, this is post-commentary. But we're going to get another instance of boost balling through these half pipes. Now what's interesting is that you can actually use the Morph Ball as a weapon, as you saw right there. If you use the boost ball and hit an enemy, then that enemy will actually in fact take damage. And for some reason I had a little bit of trouble here, which I'm typically really good at it, but I get up there eventually. Now what was I going to say? Now, the boost ball in the GameCube version is actually really good for a sequence break that you can do around the end of the game. One of the bosses that you can fight at the end of the game, well, not can fight, you have to fight him, but he will take massive damage if you use the boost ball on him, because it's a little bit of a glitch that wasn't really attended to. Now, if you go over here, you get the various suit. No, you don't. Ha 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 ha. This is a space jump, and if you scan it, it'll just say space jump boots. I know this game way too well. Samus will take a big jump as if to emphasize the fact that she can jump higher. As if the shoe icon wasn't enough. I gotta say, the soundtrack in Metroid Prime is amazing. I don't think I mentioned this when I was in Magmar Caverns, which I should have. I don't know why I didn't. But that soundtrack in Magmar Caverns is actually the soundtrack that was in, whatchamacallit, Super Metroid Ridley's Lair. But what happens here is I cut multiple parts of the video out. This way I can cut ahead to where some of the expansions are. So right now we're in the Chozo Ruins, and that was kind of a scary sound. And watch this fail. Oh, so dumb. So dumb. What? Look, and then his freaking horn in the tree makes it bounce off again. It's... And I don't really know why I wasted my time fighting him when it's really not necessary. This is actually really interesting. I didn't notice that I forgot to scan him originally when I had fought the Plated Beetle the first time when we got the Morph Ball back. So it was a good thing I scanned him just, you know, for shits and giggles, because then I realized, oh, I forgot about him. Hopefully I didn't forget anything else. I'll probably have to go back and check. It's okay. Hi, you like my sock? Oh, that was embarrassing. I'm gonna go up there. Sorry, that was just my parents who walked in. They're going out to my grandma's house. What I'm doing right now is I'm using something I heard from Super Genius, is that you use a sock and you put it over your microphone. And pretty much what that will let you do is it'll act as sort of, I guess, a half-assed pop filter. And this way, certain sounds like p or s, like, you know, your typical p and s sounds, they won't really like pop. If you know what I mean. So right now that's what I'm going to have to do. But the only reason I'm doing that is because it's post-commentary and I want to have the mic close to my face, but I don't want to have it pop. Luckily on Audacity I can have the microphone far away, but then just turn the amplifier up. This way I don't need to have a sock on my mic. but that's how it's gonna have to roll. But my parents saw it. That was embarrassing. And I haven't been talking at all about these missile expansions. Well, it's not like I really need to, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you are going to be skipping over this one, or at least the 7 subscribers that I have. Speaking of which, I've been thinking I might do another game alongside this one. You know, like maybe instead of just doing solely Metroid Prime, I can also do another game. And I've already had some ideas, and I just cut ahead here, because this is I forget what room it is, but it's the room where we were first introduced to the war wasps and war wasp hives as scannable enemies. But now what you want to do is you want to go over there and get rid of that block, because for some reason Metroid Prime thinks that black is better than gray because they are really racist. That black block over there is unbreakable, so you're gonna have to break that gray block before you try and come up this way. And then you get another missile expansion, and I've been talking really bloody softly. Oh well. Now I'm going to be going to the Watery Hall right there. And there's going to be one expansion that I'm going to be picking up there, so I think I cut ahead right now. Oh yeah, look at that timing. It's weird to have this time right because it's post-com. Maybe I might have the rest of the videos be post-commentary if I find that to be the most efficient. You know, if the microphone quality comes out better, or maybe if I come up with better things to say, because I'll have more things to think about by commenting and thinking about what I'm saying, as opposed to thinking about the gameplay and thinking about what I'm saying. At the same time, my reactions aren't really going to be live and fresh. You know, it'll kind of be dull, kind of like my commentary is now. Jeez. Sorry, I really do want to try and sound more excited. But
I did go to bed really late, like 2, because right now it's Sunday after the week of March break, and since today is Sunday as of this recording, I'm going to be going to school tomorrow again, and I wanted to spend the last night I could staying up late. So yeah, that's how it was going to have to be. Well, it didn't have to be like that, but that's how I wanted it to be, because I am not eager for school. I really am not. I'm doing well in school, don't get me wrong, but if you go up here, there is another missile expansion. You hit it with your morph ball bomb and your double jump. I think I pointed this expansion out a little while ago, but that's how you get it.
And oh, I just made a Boofa, and if you don't know wow, that was the stupidest laugh ever. That's actually how I typically laugh, and it's a good thing that I found a way to laugh now. Because one of the things that my friends love me for is the fact that I can laugh a lot, and that my laugh is extraordinary. Some of my friends will burst out into laughter when I laugh, because apparently my laugh is amazing, but I don't really think so. I think my laugh is like the weirdest thing on the face of the earth. But Boofa, that's sort of a childish term that my mom came up with. A childish way to say fart, pretty much. Now, I don't want this to seem like Nintendo Capri Sun-esque because he farts on camera, but I don't know, I don't really care. And for some reason I did a triple jump there. And I haven't really been talking about the game. This is so dumb. Now this room is kind of like the Magmor Caverns missile that I was talking about. They make a whole room just for that missile expansion, and it doesn't make any sense. They even have a whole cutscene for it. Look at this. Bum 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 bum. For some reason I don't bother to go into standing up form, even though I do that right there. Weird. But yeah, look at this door here. Hang on, I'll show you this door right here. As you notice, it takes a little while to open. Not that much, like maybe a second. What's interesting is that the doors in this game are actually loading screens. Isn't that just awesomely, amazingly cool? And I'm not saying loading screens are cool, but I'm just saying that the loading screens in this game are hidden really well. For instance, the doors, in some areas you'll notice that the doors take a really long time to open. That's because it's actually loading the next room, but they hide it well because they let you move around. And for this elevator, This elevator is also a loading screen, but since they're actually showing you a scene as opposed to a black screen with a gray little dot in the corner blinking and loading next to it, you don't really see it or notice it. And I was actually watching a Let's Play of this game by Lansoon, and was it Lansoon or was it a review by IGN Entertainment? I don't really remember. I think it was IGN, but I actually didn't notice until they pointed it out, and that's how well they hit this. They hit the loading screens in this game. I'd played this game like 5 times over by that point, and I still hadn't really thought of that. But over here, this is where I choose to end the episode. At first we had like about 25 missiles, and now we have a whopping 70, so we definitely got a lot of missiles. Now, in the next episode, we actually are going to get a little bit more into the story, and then we are finally going to go back to Findrana Drifts, and the game is really going to pick up once we go somewhere there, and I am super excited for it. So, I'll see you guys in the next episode, which will be hopefully live commentary, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out, mofo.